Welcome back to Troy Let's Talk Real, and I am Troy. In this particular video, I would like to talk about the recent stream that IGN basically did on Black History Month, and it was called the Black History Month Live Stream 2020. Now, give you a bit of my background. I'm a black man. I've been watching IGN content for years, right? I'm an avid video game player. I enjoy playing video games, and something I've been doing since my childhood. So me connecting to this particular community was nothing new to me. It was actually normal for me to gravitate towards it because it was something that I've had interest in for years. And to be quite honest, I've never seen too many of these type of streams throughout the year that IGN have done in regard to honoring black people or black characters or, protagonists that you'll play in video games that are black. I never seen them honor that at all. You know what I mean? In the description of the video, they stated, "To close out Black History Month, Kind of Funny Blessings joins our own Keenan Lawanson as we highlight the faces we don't usually get to see in gaming. We'll have special guests, game devs on, along with IGN's own content product teams, as we play some games, take a look behind the scenes in our industry and celebrate Black History Month." So, when I saw this live stream up and going, I was quite surprised because I'm like, first of all, there's not too many people in the forefront of IGN that are on camera that are black. Let's just call it what it is. You get Bobby, you get a few other black faces on there, but it's not many that you consistently see on this particular form of entertainment. Now, mind you, black people play video games just like any other group of people. We spend just as much as money as any other group of people who partake in this particular genre of entertainment. And I know every year I spend over $1,000 every year just on this particular form of entertainment that I really enjoy. But I had a couple of issues with this particular live stream because it's at the end of the month of Black History Month, and we all know the month of February is the shortest month out of the 12 months that we have in the year. And I kind of thought that if you're going to do a representation of paying homage or highlighting black people in the month of February, why wouldn't you do it in the beginning of the month instead of the end of the month? And it didn't really make sense to me why they would do it that way. So I had an issue with that. Because I'm like, we have a whole month. We only get 1 month. It's the shortest month of the year. Why wouldn't you want to get ahead of this and do a lot more of this promoting black culture and black people in this form of entertainment, which is gaming and tech industry? So I feel like, IGN is not as inclusive as they may present and they may appeal to the general populace of people who are not black. They have a couple of faces on there that are black, and that's it from time to time. But there's no prominent role that, black people play in IGN. And mind you, IGN is a privately owned company. They're able to do and put whatever content, put whoever they want on their particular forums of entertaining us. And that's their right. By no means am I saying that they're racist or that there's a form of prejudice here. But to then do a stream where you're going to honor black people in this particular industry, but don't have a large cast of black people employed or at the forefront of your particular company, I just kind of find it pointless of doing. I didn't see the point in that. Number two, the second issue that I had was that you had two guys that were hosting a show who are not even black American, like they're African. And, there's a difference there. And I know no one wants to really talk about it, but I'm going to talk a bit on it. From what I've been seeing as a black man here in America, that if you are a foreign black man, you tend to be able to get further than native black people that are natively born here in America. You tend to get more opportunities, and you get to reflect and to shape the perception of what a lot of people think black Americans are here in America. And I think there's enough of us here as black Americans to do that ourselves. And maybe it is that they don't carry the same lineage that black Americans carry here in America. But I kind of thought that there's enough of us here that you could have gotten Black Americans who are natively Black, born here, to represent us, because once again, this is our month, right? This isn't an African month that Africans celebrate in Africa. No, this is a Black American month that Black Americans celebrate here, that we get acknowledged for here in America for being Black American and all the exploits that we contribute, not to take anything away from Black foreigners that come here. But there is a difference. You know what I mean? There is a difference. And me personally, I would have liked to see more Black Americans being at the forefront of this particular video, or hosting this particular video that they've done here in 2020. Now, they had a few Black Americans that I saw that are from America, but most of them were foreign Blacks, foreign Africans, right? That they're not native here. So I kind of feel like, once again, there's not a great representation of Black Americans, not only in the gaming industry, but also when it comes to representing us. They won't even get someone that's Black American, that's native here, to represent us. And I would like to see that change. I think that there's nothing wrong with requesting that, because we are different, even though we might genetically be the same, Africans and Black Americans. But at the end of the day, there's a cultural difference. And the cultures are so different that you can't just shoehorn another culture of Blacks as the lead role in representing African Americans at the month of February. And let's get to the comment box. I already knew that the comment box was going to be crazy. I already knew that there were going to be more thumbs down than there are thumbs up on these particular type of videos. For whatever reason, I'm just going to call it what it is. Whenever Blacks are represented in any form of entertainment, such as gaming, white people don't want to see it. I'm not saying all white people, because I don't want to, typecast or broad stroke brush an entire group of people. But there are a lot of white people that don't want to see that. Don't want to hear Black people talking about video games. You know what I mean? And for whatever reason, I don't know what it is. But if you look at the comment box, you'll see for itself. You'll see a lot of the racist, bigotry things that are said, people commenting on the thumbnails, people commenting on the host, making fun or just making light of the reason why the video is being done in the first place. It's about showing respect for people that don't look like you. It's about showing respect for people who have contributed to this same genre of entertainment that everyone else enjoys. We enjoy it too, and we should have a voice and be able to have a space where we shouldn't have to feel outcast because we're Black and there's so few of us. We shouldn't be able to say or express how we feel, especially in the month of February. But the comment box is crazy, and I can go all day long and go all day long about that. But then again, there are some Black people who don't see anything wrong with this particular scenario. And some will say, well, what's the most logical thing to do? If you feel like you're not being represented somewhere or someplace, build your own, create your own idea, create your own form of outtake where you can express how you feel and be the predominant force in that particular genre. And, you'll be able to be represented and people will be able to see themselves in you. The majority of the time I watch IGN, I don't see myself in any of these people. Not to say that they're bad. Or you know what I mean, anything of that nature. But culturally, we're just two different people. The only, the common thing we have in common here is the gaming. But there's a lack of Black American representation, let alone at IGN, that I hope that they look into and try to diversify. And listen, you got to understand why Black History Month exists in the first place. There's been a denial of Black history. There's been a denial of our greatness. There's been a denial of our contributions in the gaming industry, let alone in America. Therefore, warranting us to have a day of the month. And some people feel a way about that, and some people are for it. But I can't defend or explain why other people may feel indifferent about why Black people have Black History Month. I've read in the comment box, some people are asking, well, when is Jewish American History Month? When is Asian American History Month? When is Irish American History Month? Well, listen, I can't tell you when those months are, But I know we're such a small populace of this country. We've been segregated and discriminated against by all groups of people here in America that are here now at some point in time, not to say the current residents or living people, but your ancestors. Therefore, we got this month for that particular reason. If you don't know that, then you need to do your history. Some people are asking, why is Black History Month a thing? Sounds like a joke. What about all the other races? And why even have a race-related month of history? Sounds so dumb. Well, there's a reason why, and I'm not going to go into that. You should do your research if you don't understand why Black History Month exists and why it was warranted for Blacks to have a month of this nature. But I'm just saying, at the end of the day, I would like to see Black Americans who are native here to America to represent Black Americans. I don't want to see all the time a foreign Black who's not from America, who can't relate to Black Americans or have no lineage here, have no stake in the game here, speak for us. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that if you're not from America and you're Black, you don't have a space. Of course you have a space. But when it comes to that title, Black American, African American, we have people who are here that can do that job. But it just seems like we don't get the opportunity that a lot of foreign Blacks get. And I've seen that as a mainstream trend that's been occurring here. And, I'm not too pleased with it. And personally, I'm not too pleased with it. And the stream that they did was only for 3 hours. And I get it. They did it for, I believe they did it for 3 days at certain time intervals, I believe. But I think the effort that they put into it, they could have been a lot more creative. If you're going to do a particular stream to represent a particular group of people. And if you're Black, and from what I've seen, and from what I sense, and this is just my own, armchair Monday morning quarterbacking, right? What I've seen and what I sense was that from some of these Black people that they had on this particular panel or, that they had come on the show were apologetic about being Black. You know what I mean? They were really apologetic about being Black. Like Bobby wouldn't even say he's Black. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not saying he wouldn't say it in person, but he gave a statement where he was talking about how when he started out in this particular field and genre and covering this particular work, it was only a few of us. No, you can say it was only a few Black people. There was a lot of white people. That's just what it is. Like the truth don't have to hide itself. The truth don't need to be defended. The truth is the truth at the end of the day. And I kind of feel like, you get a lot of these Black people get these positions, and it's so few of them that get these positions that they got to walk on pins and needles and nails to not upset the status quo. And the status quo shouldn't be upset because it's the truth. You know what I mean? And I just feel like a lot of them were just too apologetic about who they are. Be Black. You're Black. At the end of the day, people are not going to like you because you're Black. It's what it is. People are not going to give you opportunity because you're Black. It's just what it is. Like, I'm not saying that's the general consensus of how the world works, but there is a part of the world that works that way. We can't sit here and keep singing Kumbaya and acting like everything is accomplished and everything is great and we have defeated every feat that as Black people we need to fight. No, there's a lot of a fight left. There's a lot of things that are unjust that's committed, particularly against us. And, I just feel like, I'm not the type of guy to overlook those type of things because a lot of people died before me that came to pave the way for me. And, I will always honor them and be a spokesperson and be a vanguard for their plight, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here today. I'm their progenitor. No, they're my progenitor. So, at the end of the day, I'm always going to pay homage and respect to them. But, I just think IGN, if you're going to do this again next year, or if this is something that you're going to do as a trend, or if this is something that you were just testing to see how your fans would like it, and apparently they didn't like it because you got a lot of thumbs down on that. I'm not sure if you're going to do this again next year, but if you are, I would think that you would do it at the beginning of the month, that you would do it more creatively. You know what I mean? And put more effort and put more pizzazz in it, make it more entertaining, especially for Black people, because I wasn't entertained by this at all. You know what I mean? And I don't want to see a lot of apologetic Black people. You know what I mean? Like if you got to apologize on a white platform for being Black, then don't even don't even come up there. Be proud and be Black. Like, I'm Black. This is what it is. You can't get around that. Anyway, guys, I'm Troy. Let's talk real. Let me know what you think. Leave your comment box. Leave a comment in the comment box below. Excuse me. Let me know if you saw the actual stream by IGN, what you thought of it. Is there some improvements that they could make? And if you're not black and you're actually a non-black person, how did you feel about it? Do things like that. Peace.